Within 60 days, he had his green card. Within. And none of his friends in Philadelphia, DC, or in Africa believed me or believed him. So I said, I live so close to the border of Canada. Let's go spend the weekend in Canada. Just to show his friends he's got his green card. So then he said he wanted to go to nursing school. Absolutely. I back you 150% because I want him to do well. And the president of the small town that I lived in from Nigeria. So I made a point that he didn't feel lonely from his countrymen. This is the president of the university in this town. This is his son. They became fast friends. So me being, I will say naive, I said, he said, my dad is sick. I should have known. I should have known. I should have known. I have to go back to Nigeria. And I said, oh, I've always wanted to go. I have a passport. I will go with you. Oh, no, 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 no. And let me put this in there. He wanted fufu. I made him fufu. The stew, the goat stew, I would go to the Mexican market and get chivo. Chivo is goat meat. I'd make that for him. Anything, because that's the way I was raised. My mother, you know, 1 out of 11, the youngest out of 8 girls. My mom, she kept the house. You do, you know, you be a good wife. So I kept on saying, I can't go with you to Elisha, you know. So I said, okay, let me let you go. Bought him a car, but we're married now. So that's what you're supposed to do. He needs transportation to get to the college, to go to school. So he left for Nigeria for 60 days. I never heard one word from him. I did not hear one word. And I would call him, you know, is everything okay? Is your father okay? Is there anything I can do on my end? With the president of the university, he's from Nigeria. Maybe we, you know, nothing. So then, let me tell you something. I did something to my back or something at work, so I didn't go to work. And I thought, well, I know I'm pronouncing his name incorrectly, but I'll try to learn how to say it correctly. Maiwa. I'd let him check the mail all the time because I thought, okay, maybe it's a thing. It's okay. So this time, while he was gone in Nigeria, I wouldn't check the mail. It was the documents of his wife, his 2 children. They were planning to move to California. He didn't know it would come when he was gone. And I told my friend from Ghana, I said, what do you think? Should I open it? And he said, open it. And I said, no, 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 it's addressed to him. I cannot, you know, betray his trust. He said, open it. Opened it. It was his wife's credentials, his kids' school credentials. His name was Maiwa Dari Akande. So my last name wasn't even get to be Gidigvi. I was shook, and I said, okay. Now my sister worked for like intelligence in the state of Washington, and I was telling her, you know, because I'm the youngest girl, and so she ran him. She went to what is it? Not INS or whatever you do to get your green card. And I should have known when we went for the interview, I had all the documents. The lady is looking at me and him, and she says to Maiwa, how many times have you been in this country? He said, this is my first. So this throws me off. I'm looking like, what? And you've never been kicked out of this country? No. And I'm looking. And you've never come with an assumed name? No. I'm looking at him like, what is this coming from? Okay, so My sister finds out that he's been kicked out of the country twice. Now, this man has to be brilliant to get by the United States. He comes back in. This is his third time coming back in. So I'm confused. So no contact while he's in Nigeria. So I said, okay. So I went to INS and I said, can you please, I went to the same lady. I said, I want to see the same interviewer for the green card because she gave him the green card. She approved it. And so I said, what did you see? And she said, I cannot tell you these things. So when he's about to come back to the States, he's going to come into New York. And from New York, he'll come to Seattle. So I said, still hadn't heard from him. So when he comes through, now INS has flagged him.
Good.
So as he comes into New York, they detain him. First time I've heard from him in 3 months.